I will say transitioning is always a difficult process because once you're so accustomed to one system or one way of doing things, especially for over a course of 10 plus years, you're hesitant. But I'm glad I ended up switching because I've seen how efficient it is and how modern it is to the needs of a tax office, and down to like just being more efficient, saving time, quality control, being able to give, because you don't really you can't do everything by yourself. And when you have the right systems in place, it allows you to reach your full potential. So I really enjoyed all the features that I was able to utilize that made my life easier. I think for me, it was overwhelming when I had to use 4 or 5 different platforms, and coming to one platform that provided multiple features saved me a lot of time. And that would say it's definitely my top 5 favorite features, is not having to be all over the place, being more organized, and having everything integrated. It just makes everything seamless.
How has your business grown? Have you seen any changes in your business since you started, with our team?
I think, again, because it's natural for humans to kind of be hesitant to make changes. Same thing for my customers. They were kind of like, we don't have to come into the office, and they were like hesitant, but then at the same time, they're just like, you're literally doing the same thing you would do when you come into the office, but you're just not leaving your home, the comfort of your home, especially when it's winter and it's freezing, it's raining. You could do everything at the comfort of in your hand. That's just where technology has brought us, and it's convenient. So, that's one of the things that, I've seen my customers also transition and be excited about, is that.
Have you used the referral program? And if you did, how has that impacted your business?
Yeah, that's another thing one of my other features I really enjoyed, because everything was manual before. I had to keep up with, writing things down or putting it in Excel and making sure, and, going back and double checking so we're not overpaying customers, or so we're not forgetting to pay customers, and the customers are able to really benefit bringing their referral. So when you have a system that's automated and it sends out reminders, and it sends out everything at the tip of their fingers, it just makes life, again, way easier for everybody.
What was like the biggest challenge that you had, and kind of we helped you overcome that challenge, if that makes sense?
Just, the same thing of just transitioning. I think there's a fear of transitioning and starting all over again, and getting familiar with a whole new software, and making sure you're kind of like nervous not to make a mistake because you're unfamiliar with the software. But the support team really held it down, and was very helpful from the beginning to the end. Any questions or any confusion that there was, it was immediately responded or fixed whenever I hopped on the call.
How was your ROI? Did you get your investment back? Can you give us a little bit of synopsis on that?
Yeah, sure. So for me specifically, it was a challenging year more than any of the other year, because I had to change locations last minute. But not only was I able to utilize everything and save time and spend more time with the customers, that one-on-one with the customers, that helped me, increase my clientele, but it also just helped me on the investment side, where I might invest a certain amount of money, starting a new path, but in the end result ended up being more efficient just because of the quality, the saving time, the communication with the customers. Because everything is integrated, you're saving time, whether it's a new customer or existing customer. It just makes, it combines the time and overall you'll see it down the line because you're giving that customer service. And as you know, tax business is all about customer service.
What was your experience about on our support, and if you can give us a little bit about that?
The Zoom.
Yeah, the support, the Zoom support
Mhm.
versus the calling in. If you could, how did you like it? And um, if you could tell us a little bit about your experience on that Zoom.
I love it because, with Zoom, you get to take over the screen whenever you need the support. It's you not only get like a voice, but you get visual, you get, who you're talking to. Um, the communication is always better when you're face to face with somebody, and then they're able to, if you're having difficulties on your end trying to figure out where things are, you can share your screen. It's just more efficient. Customer support has been not only showing us how to do everything, but also just answering all the questions that thoroughly, that we understand what we're also doing on our end as well.
What's with your last words about your experience with TaxShield?
Sure, I would definitely say join.
Awesome.
Get the product, because I was so hesitant to do it because I was just like, why fix something that's not broken? I didn't really understand the concept of switching if there was nothing wrong with it. But there's no issue with trying something, and then if it doesn't work, going back to it. But if in every business, I think it's just really important to always be willing to grow. Without growth, you're just you're just in one stagnant position, and that's just not where you want the business to be, because when you're in that place, that means financially you're not growing either. But the end goal is to always scale, and you want to use products and team up with companies that allow you to scale.